Hey, how are you doing, everybody? Welcome to the channel. In this video we're going to talk about the 5 mistakes that every programmer does in his or her life. Number 1 is so common that now it has a name. That is falling for tutorial purgatory. Now what it means is you going back to back from tutorial to tutorial to another tutorial, coding along with them and thinking like, hey, I've understood the crap. It's done. I know I've mastered it. No. Yes, you have coded along with them. Yes, you have made some projects, but the amount of stuff you've understood and the ability of you to create a project all by yourself is very questionable at that point. Because when you're doing a code along, which is generally gonna be a big project of some sort, they won't have enough time in that video to explain you in detail what they are actually doing. There are times when they would have to copy and paste some snippets from the original project, which they have already done. By the way, most of the projects they have already done all the work, and now they're just trying or they're teaching you what the code is actually doing. They're not thinking it from the scratch. Just keep that in mind. So they're just gonna copy some snippets and paste it, and they're gonna explain you what it does in general, but you're not gonna understand the functionality of it until and unless you really think about it. Chances are, as a beginner, you're not gonna understand it at all. You're just gonna keep it there, and you're gonna think that, hey, I understood how it works, I understand how the feature works and everything. And when after a month or two, when you're asked or when you have to do something very similar to that, you won't have the solution to that. Now, this doesn't mean all tutorials are bad and you should just not watch tutorials at all. There is a certain method which I actually follow. Is whenever I'm doing a project when I'm looking at a project on the internet, I watch through the whole video. I try to understand what they are doing step by step, not code along with them, but rather after I'm done watching the video, just code from scratch, from memory, from knowledge which I've gained from watching the video, and try to create a project. Try to do what they have done. And it's really been helpful because you understand a lot and you start thinking, because keep in mind, programming is thinking and problem solving in its real essence. Now coming to number 2, which is polar opposite of number 1, is not looking or asking for help. But I just understand the logic behind when people do this. They don't Google, they don't check out Stack Overflow, or they don't even ask a friend who might be programming about a problem which they're facing. Trust me, as a programmer, as a developer, you have to make Google your best friend. There are gonna be times when you have certain snippets of code which you just don't understand how to. There are certain problems which you just don't understand how to solve. And chances are that somebody had the same problem and has got a solution and has posted it on Google, on the Medium article, or on Stack Overflow. Somebody had a similar problem and they're just asking. And even asking to a friend for a solution can be a great thing if you don't want to look at Google for some reason, or if you just have a friend nearby, because they are going to look at the problem from a different perspective which you are looking for. And chances are they might think of something innovative and you might just solve the problem in between you two and you don't have to Google it. But remember, as a developer, Google is your best friend. You have to Google a lot of stuff. You have to understand that it's okay to ask for help, look for help. Just do it. Now, number 3 is sticking to something which you don't enjoy. And I know it sounds weird, but hear me out. If you're programming in a language which you don't really enjoy, or if you're doing some projects in a framework which you don't really enjoy or don't understand as such, you're doing this mistake. You're sticking with something which you don't really enjoy, because there's a vast area of programs available and there are vast varieties of frameworks on top of it, libraries on top of it. So there is n number of combinations that you can do, permutations that you can have to create a single project. Just think about the front-end frameworks of JavaScript. The 3 famous ones right now are React, Angular, and Vue. But there are several more frameworks. There is a meme going on that every second hour there is a new framework being born in JavaScript. So remember, if you don't enjoy programming in some other language, try a different language, try a different framework. And I know there is a misconception when it comes to beginners that they should start from a certain set of language. There is no such thing. Even with frameworks, there is no such thing as this is the best framework. This is not. Everything is to suit to your taste. So experiment, try out different stuff. If you like something, if you connect with something, stick with it till you feel bored, and then again switch stuff. Keep switching your stuff, keep enjoying programming. Now if you're interested in what programming language which I would suggest for a completely beginner, check this video out. I've talked through the whole thing, why I'm suggesting those languages and everything. Now coming to number 5 is underestimating yourself as a programmer. I cannot emphasize on this that if you are having knowledge in some programming languages, if you have made 1 or 2 projects, you are good enough to start looking for, say, internships or making like big projects, or teaching somebody programming who doesn't know about programming, if you are into that. Because here's the simple logic: if you know a for loop, you are ahead of people who don't know what a for loop is. If you know how to make a website, you're ahead of people who don't know how to make a website. If you are able to code in React or Angular or Vue or Python, or you can make a simple blog website with Django, you're ahead of people who don't know how to do that. And unless and until you take up a new challenge, you are not gonna learn, you're not gonna grow, you're just gonna stay in the same niche, and well, you are limiting yourself at this point. So go ahead, if you know programming, try applying for internship. At the most, you can get rejected. That's all. That's the most that could happen to you. And the best thing is you get an internship, you get paid for the internship, you gain a lot of experience, hands-on experience of working on an internship, or you can get a job, or you can change somebody's life by teaching them about programming. For me, that's a win-win situation, to be honest. But if you have any other opinion, let me know in the comment section down below. And well, remember one thing: you are awesome, and stay awesome till I see you guys in the next video. Till that time, stay safe, stay awesome, and like and subscribe. Bye bye.